Something strange is brewing though. While it makes sense that a game like Fall Guys is working on a level creator, it's an indie game and the game style screams, user-generated levels. This one is big. A massive game changer for the industry if true. A new era of gaming is upon us. What games and experiences are going to be possible? Well, like most revolutionary events in life, you don't have to wait around in the dark looking for answers. Throw in a bit of, look to the past to predict the future, with, products evolve through iteration, and you got a recipe for clairvoyance. This video is going to be part 1 of a 4-part series explaining what I think the future of gaming is going to look like. By the final video, all 4 combined should convince you that we are in for a rad ride. And like that awesome slang I just used, to predict the future of gaming, we need to go back to the 90s. The 90s was peak culture and no one can argue otherwise. While the 80s had the flash, the color, and the music. The 90s was defined by duct tape patchworks of $400 8GB hard drives, Voodoo GPUs, and Pentium processors all glued together with custom drivers downloaded from random websites. And all with one goal, jacking into the web. Think to yourself, The Matrix, MIRC, Wayers, and DVD burners. The hacker ethos, stitch it together and see if it works. Paved the way for peak gaming culture. Take someone else's work. Modify it. Then release it into the community for feedback and updates. It was a beautiful collaboration between coders and artists on forums tweaking game engines and INI files to produce mods and even standalone games. And it's all making a glorious return. The future of gaming is going to give a lot more creative control back to the player. How do I know for sure? Trends, my friend. Let's take a look at 4 of them. Gen Z and Alpha have grown up with the idea of remixing content. 4 of their most popular social media apps, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, and oddly enough Minecraft facilitate the behavior. Remixing simply means taking another person's content, video or worlds, in the case of Minecraft, and adding your own to be played alongside the original. It's baked into their zeitgeist that collaboration is synonymous with user experience. And that's what 90s gaming culture was all about. The next generation of video games just needs to ship with simple, easy-to-use level creators, add in some scripting and UI design tools for the complete package. And just like that, we're back in the good old mod scene days of Team Fortress, Bid for Power, and the Specialists. A huge reason why the modding community of the 90s died down was that the cost of game development went parabolic. Gamers demanded better graphics, stories, and multiplayer experiences which came with a cost. Developers grew much more protective of the characters, stories, and tech they needed to invest in to deliver better games. In the 90s, there were gaming mods ripping off everything from Dragon Ball Z and Star Wars, to GoldenEye and John Woo movies, lawsuits just waiting to happen. Something strange is brewing though. While it makes sense that a game like Fall Guys is working on a level creator, it's an indie game and the game style screams, user-generated levels. This one is big. A massive game changer for the industry if true. Modern Warfare 2, the sequel to Modern Warfare 2019, is rumored to be shipping with a map editor. That means a AAA developer with an IP worth billions is potentially opening up its universe to player-created content. If there's anything that defined 90s gaming mod culture, it was custom maps for first-person shooters. Skins were nice, but levels are what made mods unique sandbox experiences. Why now, though? And from a major developer no less. Follow the money. Love it or hate it, the free-to-play business model of monetization has proved hyper-lucrative. Marketplaces full of developer-made character and weapon skins as well as milestone maps to keep the player experience fresh. And that power is being put in the hands of players. How user-created maps will be monetized remains to be seen. Will it be pay-per-map? Map bundles? Or maybe the maps will be free? Because as we've seen with franchises like Call of Duty, Apex Legends, and Fortnite, the more time gamers stay immersed in a controlled ecosystem, the more money they're willing to spend. And with future games being designed and developed from the ground up with proprietary marketplace infrastructure just like Call of Duty, it's easy to see why major developers are embracing modification tools for their communities. Hold on to your seats, this one is a bit of a mind-bender but go with me. In cryptocurrency land, there are what's known as DeFi exchanges, decentralized currency exchanges for swapping cryptocurrencies between willing participants. Think of them as unregulated forex or stock markets. The code that powers one of the largest DeFi exchanges, Uniswap, is completely open source, with some licensing thrown in. Add to that fact, that the code that powers one of the other large DeFi exchanges, SushiSwap, is a clone and modification of Uniswap's source code. Why am I telling you all of this? Remember, follow the money. Uniswap and SushiSwap, combined, move billions of dollars of trade volume across their exchanges every day. An amazing feat when you consider that the codebase is open source, which means it's transparent. That level of trust and security comes from the Web3 technologies and protocols underpinning decentralized exchanges. And if open source code is safe enough for billion-dollar DeFi exchanges, then opening up the entire codebase, or parts of it, is more than achievable for game developers. Take Cyberpunk 2077, for example. The launch was botched, the game was broken, and fans were pissed off. It took modders from the community to start fixing bugs and adding promised features to the game before most fans got a sliver of the Cyberpunk experience they were expecting. It became so obvious that the modding community was so ahead of the developers that CD Projekt Red turned to hiring modders to help speed up Cyberpunk 2077's repair. Now imagine if game developers could trust the Web3 technologies enough that it made it safe to open their code bases to modding communities, just like the old days. Modders could simply clone the code and get to work creating new games based on original source code, for a licensing fee or cut of the profits, of course. Less friction, more trust, and more sales. NFTs are the new kid on the block. And just like the new kid showing off, there are some haters, lovers, and wait-and-seers. The technology behind NFTs is pretty simple. It's an unmodifiable digital form that you fill out that gets written to the blockchain, a digital ledger, and it points to some content. And most infamously, that content has been a picture of an ape. But NFTs, like the cassette player, are evolving fast. You can now find NFTs of 3D character models and landscapes, music, television shows, and short films. And the best part is that if you own the NFT contract, you own the asset it points to. So in between 3D characters and television shows, why not let users create custom maps for your game, host them on NFT marketplaces, and then let consumers purchase them? Your game can then validate whether or not players own the map via NFT signature, and voila! Time to start shooting, jumping, and exploring. That's exactly what GameStop is alleged to be doing with its brand new NFT marketplace. Users create content, no maps yet, and upload it to the marketplace where other users can purchase or resell the content. The creator makes money off of the sale and resale, and GameStop takes a cut. This is the future of user-generated content. Not just funny pictures that have no utility, but owned assets that can be used in a developer's game. No need for every developer to build their own proprietary marketplace. This is the future of users modifying the games they play, and it's a big part of why the 90s mod culture is going to usher in the next golden age of gaming. That's the first puzzle piece in my vision for the future of gaming. The 90s was a very special time for gamers. We really got it all: novel experiences, freedom to create, and an enthusiastic and cool underground community of novice modders. We like to see ourselves as hackers. Tune in for the next puzzle piece where we take a look at another underground culture and explore how it's going to bring back a bit of danger. Think illegal, underground, Chinatown knife fights. Make sure to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss when the next 3 videos drop. I promise, we're all in for a treat. And as always, stay cool, gentlemen.